Hey, it's RJ from Ellis Family Motorcycle and ATV Repair. We're back with our 1973 CB350. I am already kind of had it running. I was really surprised on how well she started right up. Evidently the carburetors aren't synchronized yet. I just hooked our synchronizer up and they're all screwy, but it did run. I started up, let it out warm up a little bit, and made sure the oil level and stuff was good from our last video where we changed oil onto it. I knew that oil filter was going to take some oil. So now I'm going to try to get you guys in the right position to try to watch me synchronize this and show you on the gauge here what's going on. I don't know how well we're going to do it, but we're going to try. Alright, this synchronizer, I'm going to try to leave a link for it. I've never quite seen one like it. There are, on Amazon, there's the old style, the gauged ones, or the ones with mercury into them, which would work probably just fine for yours. They might even work better than this. This is just one that we've had forever. I have seen this one on summitracing.com. You really got to look for it because it's called a VacuumMate. When you type it in the search engine, it doesn't really know about it, but I did find it on there one time, a long time ago, but I've never quite seen one on there. Now, there is a digital one on Amazon. Whether or not it works or not real well, I don't know. I gotta imagine it would work just as well as anything else, a mercury one, or there's one with 4 individual gauges. I've seen a lot of guys use those. I'm sure they work fine. I like this one because it's compact. Only thing I don't really like about it is plugging it in. You have to plug it into a battery. It's a drain on the battery. There's been a few times where I've accidentally left it on or plugged in on a machine overnight and it killed the battery on it. But with that said, I'm going to try to get you guys around in the right direction here to see what we're doing. All right, let's get started. So, just a little side note before we get adjusting, just so you guys kind of know what's going on here. With the synchronizer hooked up here, it's hooked up to the battery there. And then, right here on the end of your intakes are four screws. You take those out and you screw in these leads. Now, sometimes they're on the front of the carburetor, sometimes they're in the intake, sometimes they're just like rubber caps on top of the boot. But these ones are screw-on ones, which are nice. And then, on each one of the carburetor, should be an 8mm jam nut in these screws right here. And each one of them go to each one of the carburetors. Now, a lot of carburetor sets, your first carburetor is stationary and you synchronize the other 3 to the first one. This one looks like it's got a synchronizer for each carburetor, which kind of makes sense considering they kind of got them on like a little ball joint situation in the inside, which is kind of pretty old school. So yeah, I want to bring you guys back around and kind of show you that, because that's going to be kind of hard to see what I'm doing from where I got you stationed at up top to be able to see the synchronizer. But I'm turning these screws in one way or another to raise and try to get them all level across this gauge is what I'm doing. So, all right, let's get you by in the stand. Let's get this thing started. All right, let's see here. So, right now you can see they're all cockeyed. little bit more tuning off camera there for a minute. I got it even better. Took me another 5 minutes. Got the idle down to about 1,000. That's what you want. Pretty darn good. Get you guys turned around. Well, there we go. We will tank's got rust in it, so we're trying to get the rust out of that. I'll pull this out and put the screws back in there and put the tank back on there and make sure we put a filter on there, because I mean, never ever know how well you get the rust out of the tank. Here, I'll go show you what we got going on over there. Got the tank over here, and we got some of this rust remover stuff in there. You gotta be careful that this tank looked like it was in pretty good shape. Sometimes you put that stuff in there and it'll rust a hole right through it. I mean, it's hard to see down in there, but you can see a little bit of pitted rust onto it. I'll put some stuff over it to like coat it. Well, no, I don't know. I don't think I have any of that stuff. Might have to order some of that stuff and coat it and see if we can get it out of there. I might try putting some nuts and stuff in there and swashing them all around, and then use the magnet to get the nuts and stuff out. But I mean, it's a lot better than what it was. I mean, it was built right up on there. So I put some of that in there with a little bit of gas and a little bit of, well, I'll show you here. Got a bunch of it. A little bit of this carburetor cleaner in there. You mix that up with some gas and put some of that in there, and I've had it sitting around here for the last couple of days. So get that all cleared up so they don't screw up our brand new carburetors. Hey, a little side note. Next day after we synchronized the carburetors on the CB350, I wanted to check the plugs on it and see how they were burning. I don't know if the camera will pick that up real well, but they are nice and golden, just golden brown. I mean, it's hard to tell, you know, on brand new plugs, but you can see the top of them. They look like new plugs, and the camera's not picking it up, but they are a nice golden brown. Let's see if I turn out the light. Well, can't see it in the camera, but I'm here to tell you they're a nice golden brown. All right, that's what I wanted to add in. Catch you on the next. But that's where we're at with the 350. I'll probably show it one more time once we get it all put back together and ready for the customer. We're pretty well done for parts. I got to put the drain hoses on the bottom of the carburetor yet. Other than that, unless we find something else broke or whatnot onto it, it's pretty well good to go. Get this tank going, make sure that the fuel petcock and stuff is good and going to seal on that. But I mean, it's been sealing here on the bench, so should be all right. Try to get that cleaned up a little bit, and hopefully that job will be done. As you've seen when I was adjusting the carburetors, what was taking me so long, I got them all adjusted, but when you went to go tighten the jam nut, considering they're kind of like on a ball joint deal, you'd move them around, so you'd have to pull the throttle to see if, and kind of make sure that they were back reset to where they were at. And then moving the nut would move the screw a little bit, so you had to kind of play around with it a little bit to get it so everything was sitting right. So, and it's old school, so the throttle doesn't pull as nice and stuff as the new ones do. I mean, this cable is evidently stretched right out. So it pulls a little bit hard too. So you're playing around with that situation. So, but other than that, I'm going to try to put some links down below of the tools that we used. Well, of course, those links help the shop. We'd be appreciated if you use those. Those help us support the shop and the YouTube channel. So we appreciate that. And as always, like, share, and subscribe. And please comment. Let us know how you like the videos. If you don't like the video, comment. Say you don't like the video. If you do like the video, say you like the video. Let us know how you like it. All right. With that said, I hope everybody has a great day and keep on wrenching.